morning, Justin with EquinEdge. It's a big day, fairgrounds, recent start today. We're live. We'll do it like this. Stretch run show will be on 2 hours, 2 hours stretch run. But I figured I'd just do this live because I like this play. Rosalba the Wicked here in race 3. What's up, Skilly? You know, I think she's the goods. We bet her first time out. She ran a big race. This is not a great group, in my opinion. She showed speed. They actually take blinkers off today for Alstott. Erica Murray rides back. But she was the goods. Her mom was special. I mean, you look at this and won all these races at 1600, 2 turns should be no issue, stretches out here, taking money, which was not surprising. Morning line at 5-2. I thought she was the goods here. I thought you could single her. I singled her in the early pick 5. Pretty sassy won the last race. Looked good there too. But I thought Rosalba the Wicked was going to be much the best here. You can see top GSR, top pace, removes blinkers. Not a great group. So I like the price. Currently game 5-2. That race is going to go off in about 2 minutes. So we'll keep going. I thought this was a tough race, and if you're going to play this sequence, but I do think you can make some opinions. You can see I thought it was between the 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. You can see I think I like the pick 3 here. 50 cents, play it for $5. It's cheap. I thought that Velvet Devil had a shot, Atara got a shot. You can see these firsters do not leave off spying either. Flavian Pratt ride for Brendan Walsh. Sneaky works here, has been working with Pretty Sassy, who just won the last race. Spying has been working with Pretty Sassy as well as showed up. I think, the GSR is not great, but this is a good main special. There's a bunch of them here early. So not strong opinion, but I like the 1, 2, 3, 8, 9 there. In any specific order, I was 2, 8, 3, 9, 1. Here you could spread here if you want. I like the 3 and 6 best in race number 5. It's a great allowance on the turf. There is some speed up front that I cut down here. So from that perspective, I think that there is some speed up front. It's been doing a little bit better on the turf. 1 minute to post, so Rosalba runs. So we'll kind of talk this, and we'll watch that race too. So there is cheap speed, but the 7 can be up in the speed. I rad on St. Armand's Key for Joe Sharp, just tearing up the meat. Finds a great spot here in Allowance Company. GSR much better than these 66s and 62s. Last out off the layoff shouldn't be an issue. Looks fit. I rag a perfect stocking trip. Shows up on a big day. He'll be riding later. I thought had a big look. I also thought Sandpipes has a look for the Rancheroo rides. Didn't win last out, but nearly won. Didn't have the greatest trip there in a 12-horse field. Was also in the 3 post. So I think we'll have to work out a good trip, but could improve here versus this group. I thought that Schultz had a nice one. So I like 3 and 6 best there. I also thought the 11 and 12 both had outside looks. So if you wanted to play that pick 3 a little bit more here, I would add the 11 and 12. But that's where I was here early. Let's go to race 6 because I thought it was a good one as well. And going to post, Rosalba the Wicked, 3-1. I personally love the price. So give me 1 second. So race number 6, another nice maiden special race. And the money going to be on the 4 and 5, I will tell you. But I like the 1 and 8 here, the 2 firsters. I thought you could beat the horses with experience here in race number 6. And you have fall colors. I ran right for Steve, not a great GSR, but I will tell you, she's fit and she's working well. Watch the money. I'm guessing this horse might take money. So watch the money. Look like, was fit. I like the 1 on top, though. To be honest, I like the daily double from that last race with the 3 and 6, and I like the 1 a lot here. Jose rides for Cherie DeVoe. She's got a good one, a good GSR, and I thought would be tough. 25%. Jose's been riding for her and Joe Sharp all meet, dominating down here at Fairgrounds at the meet and wins. So they're about to go. Again, I like Rosalba the Wicked here in race number 3. We'll keep going. Race number 7, another maiden special. I thought that development fee as a firster had a look. We won't spend too much time there. Tough little race. I think the 5 got a shot and the 10 got a shot. You could even probably say the 9, but 2 broke. Well, it looks like she's gonna probably break to the front, and they took blinkers off, but she still broke well. Looks like she's gonna get an easy lead. Everybody else just kind of storming behind her here. She went off at 5-2. The one had added blinkers, so she gets out to the front. 8 furlongs should have been no issue. Scott, yes, Tony, big day. Yeah, man, we just did it live, man, real quick. Roselva the Wicked on the lead here up front. She went off at 5-2, 24 and 2 fractions. Mooney Pie was the other player. It looks like here, I'm gonna jump back to race 3, and then we'll keep going. We'll do this maybe 10 minutes or so. So, this was the State Bred main special. Roselva the Wicked goes off at 8-5, up on the lead. Mooney Pie, the top pick there, going to try to kind of stalk right off the pace at 9-2. Right about a 49.5. Yeah, good luck today, guys, too. It's a big day out there. One of, for sure, the biggest days of the year. So, all right, we're going to see if Roselva got it here. 8's trying to, right off the pace. Erica's asking Roselva, the one added blinker is definitely coming through on the rail. That looks concerning. Canal Street went off at 2-1. Let's see what happens. The 1 looks good. The 2 right there. Let's see if she's game. It doesn't look like it. 1 gonna pull away. It looks like it's gonna come 1-2-8. All right, yeah, one pulls off. So not a good start there. David likes the 1 race 3 Aqueduct. All right, we're gonna keep going at Fairgrounds because we're at 7 minutes. So let's jump back to race 8. Oldie and I covered this. I believe Oldie liked None Hudson. He had None Hudson on top. I had Mansa Musa. I thought would be tough here. Comes out of these stakes races off the layoff for Belmont. Irad rides. I think you're going to have a good day. I do. You look at 2 back in the Franklin, over at Kentucky Downs, run a good race. Last out at Keeneland didn't run and goes on the layoff. But the back class, back form, 1-66 here, ran really well. The quick call at Saratoga. Great post. I think does a good job sprinting on the cutback. I thought would be tough in race 8. Race number 9, not a big preference here. I like the 2-3 on top, so we'll keep going. No real opinion there. I like this race. I like the exacta. Not a day is going to take all the money for sure. 100%. This horse is being talked about all over the track, all over, any type of coverage. So I thought, how to look. That was Oldie's top pick, but I actually ended up landing on Stir Crazy from an outside post. I don't worry too much about the post here. Irad, again, I've talked about him a few times. Again, I think he has a big day. So, gets back to the turf. They were off the turf last out and won on a sloppy track and won by 5 lengths, right? So coming off the pace there, going 2 turns. There's speed up front here. And, I think join the dance, but there's some other pace. I think the 14 get a good trip. Irad can come off the pace and be really dangerous. I think you get a great price because, again, there's going to be a lot of money that goes on the 5. But I like the 14 over the 5. You could connect them in a box. I think the 1 and 2 can run into the trifecta. Maybe the 6 even hangs on. So I like the 14 and 15, kind of on top there. And then maybe the 1, 2, 6 under in the try. And then race number 11. I was on Catching Freedom here. I thought would be tough for Brett Cox. Oldie and I talked a lot about this race, so I won't spend too much time here, but I thought that Catching Freedom would be tough. I did think Maycock's Bay as a long look, as a long shot, especially underneath. And Oldie like Tuscan Sky. And race number 12, this was a good one on the turf, going 9. I thought this race was really around the 1, 2, 3, and 5. So I like those plays there. I like them going into the next race in the double. Best, I like the 1 a lot with Louis Saez and Mike Maker. And I think Unit Economics got a shot. Gigante's Oldie's top pick, I think, has a big shot as well. The 5 is a long shot. Look, but what's AD, Maker, Saez, 1-68. It's been just crushing it. Stakes company, comes off the layoff, but, I think's fit here. Look at the work burn and has a nice bullet work back there. Has nice work back here. So, it's definitely prep for here. Fit going 9. I think sits a good trip, on the 1. But again, I think the 2, 3, 5 have a look. I thought the good cheer was a single. I don't know, if I've ever seen Money Supply, Tony, in race 12. Oh, that's really old. We can look at it though, Tony. It's probably a very old note. Yeah, look at that, man. The maiden debut breakers. So, hey, John, we're just covering Fairgrounds, Stretch Run Beyond in a bit. But, so if you look back, Tony, these are really old notes. Okay, man, special weight and a nice stakes race. So, was well meant to start the career, I would say. Burn some money. And then, definitely, Joe Sharp had, you look here for Sharp Loveberry, had Money Supply really fit here on all these dirt races, but now it's up on the turf, right? I think that's a question mark for me, Tony. But I mean, not a bad shot, long shot. Look, I mean, was able to win 72s and 74s a year ago. So definitely has some class. Started out the career with class. Gary, good to see you. John Scott. We're not going to be here much longer. We got, I thought Good Cheer was a single. Again, I like the daily double there, though, into, Good Cheer. I like the 1 best, but the 3-2-5 also had a look. I thought Good Cheer would be tough. I did think Goel's Delight for Kenny McPeak could run a good race, but, probably in the exacta for me, 2-4 cold. But Good Cheer, I don't know if I've ever seen a win percent that high. Oh, I don't know what that means, Eric. But I thought 1 to 9, 92%. I mean, just crazy. All right, let's talk the Risen Star, and then I'm gonna let you all go because we're at 12 minutes. Oldie and I talked about this race. So Jonathan's way scratched, right? I think everybody's heard that. If we let's watch the race sim as we close out the discussion. So East Avenue going to get the lead. I mean, pretty expected, right? I mean, I think that's what we all thought might happen. I like Built and I like Magnitude. The Magnitude post is brutal, but I think that horse has a big look. I also think Built has a big look. Bossimo have a look. But East Avenue, obviously, a lot of people like this horse, has speed, morning line, 41% to win. Built's the other 1%. I don't think a lot of these actually have a shot down here. So at the first call, you can expect that Built and Magnitude should be able to work out a trip from these posts, would be my perspective. So, and Tony, think you can't leave off the McPeak. You like the 10 too. So East Avenue out here on the lead. I do think American Promise probably shows speed for the coach. Could disrupt the pace maybe a little bit. But if you like East Avenue, race him, say East Avenue get a fairly cozy lead. And nobody really puts any pressure. At the stretch, you can see the 3 and 9 probably coming. And, the 13 and 8 maybe a little bit. So I thought – East Avenue has a look. I ended up with Built on top. So I thought Built coming out of La Compra in a good race versus Disco Time. That was an even more brutal post than Built have today, right? It was in the 12 post, and that was in the slop. Gets back to a dry track. I think can run a big race off that. Came out of, from a work perspective, fine. I mean, obviously came out, ran a nice work here. Looks ready to go, I thought. But East Avenue, I know there's a lot of talk, I think, is a player. Tony, you think the 10's finishing? Yeah, it has the arrow there. So, Seattle Road finishing. I mean, all these horses going to finish. It's just hard to come out from that outside post to close off the pace. It's very hard. But, I mean, maybe hit the try super. I don't think these horses can win, in my opinion. I think it's between 3, 4, 9, 13. I know some people like the 8 too, but that's me. I like the 9 on top. I think 13 have a big look. Magnitude ran in the Lecomte. That was in the slop. You look at the GSR, goes up 19 points off that sloppy effort, right? Big drop in GSR on a sloppy track for Magnitude. Working well. Asmussen Ben Curtis Ride having a great meet. I think third in wins currently. So I thought Magnitude got a long shot look and, could surprise that price. All right. I'll let y'all go because that's 15 minutes. Fairgrounds there. You can rewatch it on X. You can rewatch it on YouTube. Oldie and I covered all the stakes today on the preview show. You can check that out on YouTube. And then Stretch Run will be live here in about 2 hours. So we'll talk about all this again. Good luck, though. Press your opinion today. I think there's some good races, a lot of main special weights. Yeah, Gary, we had some opinions there. So we'll watch those as they come up. And good luck. Chat soon. We'll be back tomorrow.